Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. This is another request because you guys gave me so many really good ones. And this one actually came in a while ago, and somebody had said that they were going to Disneyland Paris for the first time in, I think it was April or May, and wanted to know what a one-day itinerary should look like. And with everything going on, I'm pretty sure that person's vacation had to get canceled or rescheduled. And it's a huge bummer. You know, a lot of us are going through the same thing. I had to cancel a few of my trips as well. But that doesn't mean that you can't go again in the future. And hopefully you did reschedule to go in the future. And so I still wanted to do this video because I think it could still be helpful while you're planning, even if your plan is now pushed a little bit further out. So I didn't want to do a boring hour by hour itinerary. I think that's a bit much. And honestly, if you want something like that, there are places like touringplans.com that do a great job at letting you set those things up. But I wanted to talk about what I think are really most important to hit and how to think about Disneyland Paris, which is a little bit different in how you think about the American parks. Different rides are popular. There's a different way to tackle things. Their attractions are a bit different. So let's take it from the top. First, if you're staying on property, take advantage of that extra magic hour in the mornings. Your ticket will have your hotel name on it. They'll see that, they'll scan it, you're good to go. Do it. I did it for 2 mornings. It was amazing. I definitely got to ride more and just see more without too much of the regular crowds coming in from Paris. The first ride you're gonna wanna go to is Big Thunder Mountain. It's amazing, everyone knows it, and that line gets longer and longer as the day goes on and then just doesn't seem to tap out. So head straight to Big Thunder Mountain in Frontierland. Get a fast pass if you can too, because trust me, you're probably gonna wanna ride it twice. It's that good. And then get on the ride. I think my early morning wait is only 20-25 minutes. I can tell you later in the day, you're thinking 75 plus minutes, and it doesn't really go down. So avoid that, ride it, and grab a fast pass. Now, Disneyland Paris only has paper fast passes. This is important to note. You do have to walk up to kiosks at the rides to get your fast passes. They also have shorter windows. I think you only have a 30-minute return time rather than an hour. So don't be thrown by that. Keep that in the back of your head when you go and you get them. Since you're already in Frontierland, I would head over to Phantom Manor, which is also in Frontierland, a bit different than Haunted Mansion here, and give that a ride. Maybe even consider doing that again later on as well. That ride never seemed to have more than a 30-35 minute wait, but it's definitely good to get done early in the morning. You'll be able to kind of ride it without too many people in your stretching room and, you know, get through the whole queue afterwards pretty easily. And it's a really fun one. Another one in that area that I did not get to ride because it was down for refurb, it's actually around the Adventureland area, is Indiana Jones. It is a roller coaster, so it is very different from the rides that we're used to here. It is not like Indiana Jones in Disneyland, and it is not a stage show like in Disney World. So definitely ride it because it's different. I'm very big on trying out the attractions that we don't have here at all. And then I would hop over to Pirates. They have one of the best pirates I think I've ever been on. It's a bit different. The way that the scenes, like the order of the scenes are a bit different, so that might throw you a little bit, but it's an excellent, excellent Pirates. Again, the lines do tend to increase, nothing like Big Thunder, but you're not really gonna find a decrease throughout the day, and you don't wanna be waiting in line for it and, you know, miss the fireworks or the parade. Okay, we're done with those rides. Did a lot already. We're gonna cross back over to Discoveryland, which is their version of Tomorrowland, as it were, and you're gonna hit Hyperspace Mountain. I do warn you, Hyperspace Mountain is not like our Space Mountains. It's far more intense, think more rock and roller coaster. Okay, so if that's not your jam, then maybe you wanna skip this, but it is a legit roller coaster. It is now Hyperspace Mountain permanently. It is always Star Wars. But even so, it still has the remnants of the original Space Mountain that was there. Discoveryland is an amazing area in general. It's just got this cool steampunk vibe that I absolutely adore. So definitely ride that. If the line seems a bit long, I would say get a fast pass for that one. Now, also in Discoveryland is PhilharMagic and Star Tours. They're pretty much the same as here. So up to you. If you're a big fan of either or both, then by all means do them. But I personally skipped on them because I wanted to spend my time doing the things that were different. I would recommend eating at the Cafe Hyperion for a quick lunch. I actually really liked it. I ate there twice. It's right there in Discoveryland. Their lunches are a bit more robust than ours, which I really liked. You got whatever the main thing was. I had their chicken sandwich, which was really good, and fries on the side, and then I think I got a side of like yogurt, and then there's a choice of a dessert, and this all comes with your one meal. So you get a lot of food. It's a big space, so there's a lot of seating. I never had trouble getting a seat. In fact, felt quite empty a lot of the times I was in there. There's a big screen that is showing the Mickey Mouse shorts, which is really fun and a great way to keep yourself entertained while you're eating there. And it didn't really disappoint me in terms of food. If you want to go fancier, I highly recommend Waltz. It is a restaurant on Main Street, so not too far. It is on the second floor in Main Street. You get to overlook Main Street. It is phenomenal. It is such a cool vibe. Obviously, the name implies that it is kind of dedicated to Walt. There's all these photos of Walt. Has a Carthay Circle kind of vibe to it. Definitely pricey, but really fun. So if you want to treat yourself, definitely go there. Now you've eaten and you're full, and maybe like going upside down on something is not what you want to do. So I would highly recommend taking this time to check out the walkthrough attractions, and Paris has a lot of them. They really love to extend out their lands and do these walkthrough experiences. So now's the time to go back to Adventureland, check out the Aladdin walkthrough, where it walks you through the story of the movie. Check out Adventureland as a whole, and the pirate section is so cool. Think about the caves in Tom Sawyer's Island times 10. I mean, there's actually interweaving caves, and I remember going one way and I came out to a suspension bridge. I went another way and I was like in behind the Skull Cave area, looking out at the pirate ship. All very, very cool stuff. From there, I would say go to Fantasyland. A lot of these rides are similar, but one that's interesting is their Pinocchio ride. I would also do their walkthrough of the Alice in Wonderland hedge maze. That is really fun. Their Small World is unique to them as well. It's Small World, but it's got some different changes to it, much the way that, Disneyland and Disney World feel a little bit different. Also, make sure that you explore Sleeping Beauty's castle. I find that it is a must. You can walk into the castle, up through the castle, and see these amazing tapestries and stained glass of the story of Sleeping Beauty. It is gorgeous. And before you leave, make sure you go all the way downstairs and check out the animatronic dragon. It's really cool. Tends to be a bit busy in there. I did find that later in the day I was inundated by a lot of flashes from cameras. Unfortunately, it was not open during Extra Magic Hour, but I was able to get to it right when the park's official hours opened, and it was a little better if you wanted to get any footage or photos. Otherwise, it does tend to be quite busy with a lot of people, so just keep that in mind, but it's definitely still really, really, really cool to look at. Other than that, things to keep in mind, the parade is at 5:30 typically, not 3 p.m., so don't get thrown off by that one. Make sure you build it in. Their parades change depending on what the season is, so when I went, it was like a festival Lion King season, and they had all these different kinds of shows and things around Lion King happening. And depending on the time of year, they're always doing different things, so look into that. They have elevated stages where all the characters go up and perform. It's a really good time. And then lastly, make sure you catch the fireworks, which is called Illuminations. I know that's confusing. It's not our Illuminations, I promise you. It's an IP-driven projection fireworks show. Personally, I like Happily Ever After better, but it was still really fun to see. And the fun thing about fireworks in Paris is that they actually let you sit to watch them. Not at all like Disney World, where they ask everyone to stand up and kind of move forward and fill in all available space. You can actually sit and watch the fireworks from that vantage point and have a little bit more space around you, and it's perfectly acceptable. So it's a kind of cool, different way to watch a fireworks show, different than what I was used to anyway. So that's pretty much my one-day itinerary. You're gonna find that you're likely gonna have some time to redo some rides. This is why I said get that Big Thunder Fast Pass for later. You might find time to do Phantom Manor twice, Pirates twice, because a lot of the attractions are those walkthrough attractions, so you will find that there is time to do more. But that's kind of how I planned out my Disneyland Paris day. I'm sure everyone has different opinions on how to tackle. So if you've been and you have some advice of what you would do, let me know in the comments below. If you've never been, what ride would you really want to ride in Disneyland Paris? Also let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe. I make videos every single week. Thank you for the requests on this video. I hope that you do get to go to Disneyland Paris soon. And I hope all of you guys are staying safe and healthy. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of the day.